Hello guys, Carson the Boss are back. Today, not a lot of you knew, but I actually sorry about that. I actually wars a lot. I study wars, okay? I know all about the wars happening and stuff. That's why I got into, Army Man. I don't really like them anymore, so I'm probably not gonna do any more stop motions. I was looking at my Army Man around my corner. So sorry, I didn't do the room tour thing that I said I was gonna do. I tried to do it, but then it didn't work. I kept flipping the camera and stuff. I spent like 15 minutes trying to do it, bro. I mean, I just messed up a video because I had these headphones connected to it, right, the whole time. Now I didn't think anything was gonna happen, but it cut off the sound. I was doing the same video thing, right? About this is this is gonna be a Israel Hamas war review video. So I'm going to be talking about all about it, what's happening throughout it, and all stuff like that. Basically that's it. I mean, not a lot of you probably knew that I like wars and stuff. Maybe one of you did or something. But I watched Master No Show, all mapping people like that. Yeah. So basically, yeah, I watch him 5 hours a day or something, or sometimes 5 hours a day. Bro, this is crazy. But basically, Israel Hamas. So, if you don't know what that is, it's a war happening right now. It started on October 7th of 2023, where Hamas, which is a small country, really, really small, declared war on Israel, which is another country that are both in the Middle East. So, what happened is that I'm just gonna explain the whole history, maybe not all of it, maybe a few parts out, but basically the summary of the whole war, or the whole history of both countries, the whole thing, basically, the whole thing about the war, how the war is going right now, stuff like that. So, first of all, let me explain what happened. From the beginning of the group of people that were Israelis, the Jews, all the way to right now, I'm posting this on in May of 2025. So it might be a little bit outdated if you're watching in the future. If it is, bro, imagine YouTube gets to is around 2055, and this is some ancient artifact of a war that happened a long time ago. How they have stone tablets about the Roman Empire stuff. Alright, so Israelis. Israel is a group of people in, not really a tribe, but a group of people in Europe who are treated really badly because they are Jews, and they dream of hold on, I will sneeze. They dream about being a country in the Middle East, and they want to be independent, stuff like that, kind of like America, because of taxes, but it's Israel because of being treated badly. So they invade Hamas, which is already a country. Hamas, back then, when they were being invaded, they had all of Israel and all of Hamas, what they have right today. They had all of it, right? So Israel invades them, succeeds, and takes them all over. So after that, well, not takes all of it over. So they take like a tiny part of it, and they keep having wars. They got like freaking 50 wars, bro. And they keep getting the wars. So they just hate each other at that point. They just keep going into battle, until I think 1914, somewhere around there. At the time, Great Britain wanted to sign a treaty between them. Israel agreed, but Hamas did not agree because they just hated Israel. This is for educational purposes, by the way. I'll like explain that in like the ending of the video too, so I don't get like banned or anything like that, because I'm talking about a war and people dying and stuff. So after that, Hamas does not agree. Israel does, but Hamas doesn't, because they just hate Israel. They keep getting the wars, even though they're weaker. They know they're weaker than Israel, because Israel is actually really strong. It's a really strong country, and they just want to keep like hurting Israel and stuff because they just hate them. I mean, they know that they're not going to be able to beat Israel, but after that, Hamas is down to 3 parts. They got the West Bank, which is the biggest part right now. Well, there's 2 parts now. This is the biggest. They had the Gaza Strip, and they had, I don't know what its name is, but it was someplace up like high in Israel. That part eventually joined Israel because they're like scared or something. They knew that they couldn't fight Israel. I mean, yeah, obviously, no offense. But then West Bank and Gaza Strip is all that's left. West Bank is, well, the Gaza Strip and West Bank are like half, like they're occupied by Israel. They're still, it's still like Hamas's land, but Israel's controlling it right now. Like pretty much, it's pretty much just occupied land by Israel. So on, like I said earlier, on October 7th, 2023, Hamas gathers up all its troops and full on invades Israel, right? They caught Israel by like surprise, because you know why? They got far into Israel, like not like half their land, but they got pretty far into Israel on the first week. And Israel has like 400,000 soldiers at the beginning. They only had like 50,000 to 60,000 soldiers. So after that, they get pushed back because Israel actually finds out, and they find out, and they actually like try to send troops because they only had a few at Hamas's border. They think Hamas would invade them again. Well, they had a few troops because Hamas was like threatening them and stuff like that. The Gaza Strip was threatening them, and so they actually start invading because they're mad. And basically the tactics of Hamas God, I'll get to that later. So second part, this is where the war starts. That is the war that's happening right now. Lasted 2 years so far. Well, almost 2 years. On October 7th, it'll be 2 years of 2025. So what's happened so far is Hamas's tactic is basically guerrilla warfare, And Israel's tactic is um Israel's tactic is to they're using bombs. They're using bombs and they're basically splitting they're splitting Hamas or the Gaza Strip up into thirds. So Hamas doesn't really have a tactic. It's basic. It's just losing troops so much. Like sometimes it's literally down like 7,000 troops, and like Israel has like way more than that. And after, so Hamas doesn't really have a tactic. Like I said, they're just going in trying to they're literally just, if they take one spot, then they're happy with it, and they're just gonna try to send all their troops into one spot. They don't really have a technique or anything like that. Meanwhile, Israel, it's not only separating them into thirds. Let me get into that tactic. Okay, so Israel's tactic. There's a part that separates the Gaza Strip and Gaza City. Gaza City is in the Gaza Strip, but it's like they call it different. It's like a different part of the Gaza Strip. There must be like millions of people living in that. I don't know how, because it's really small, but there's millions. I mean, there's 60 million people throughout all of Hamas that's left, like West Bank too. So there's a lot of people in that. So they're going up this thing that separates, I already said that, but yeah, they're going up this thing that separates Gaza, the Gaza Strip from Gaza City, and it's working. Like, they surround Gaza City because of it's a city, so it's really good in resources and stuff. It has a lot of people to take control of. And that's working. They can take almost all of it doing that. And also on the other side, the left side, they're doing another tactic. Splitting in thirds. It can't just be that one part or the other. They're splitting in thirds by using what I call the beehive tactic. It's where a country that's invading another country, or defending, it can be defending, but it's rare for it to happen, because why would a defending country invade offensive country? That's stupid, but sometimes it happens. Like when Ukraine invaded the Kursk region, they got all pushed back. They lost the land, which is sad because they were using all of their power to put it in a peace treaty. But it's where the invasion of Czechoslovakia, right? It's on alternate in a nutshell, I think. I think so. I saw a map of it. It's where it's also where the USSR invaded Afghanistan, I think. It's where they make lines through the country that they're invading, so they can transport goods all through the country by making lines through it, and they circle spots of land that have soldiers in them of that country. So while they're doing that, the lines connect to the country that's invading, so they can transport goods from that country all around the country that they're invading. Wow, the circled spots of that country are getting weaker and weaker and weaker because they don't have any supplies that can go to them. They're surrounded. So basically, they just keep getting weaker and weaker until they're done for. That spot gets taken over. So that tactic works really good. So yeah, and yeah, so that's pretty much done with the tactics. So basically a summary of this war so far is Israel is a group of people up in Europe that aren't treated good because they're Jews. And so they have dreams of being a country in the Middle East. So they invade Hamas that did nothing to them. They were just minding their own business. And they keep having wars. They hate each other. And then somewhere around 1914, Great Britain decides to, they decide that they want these two to stop because they have so many wars. Like, maybe like 3 or 4 wars that they got into. So they try to sign a treaty. Israel agrees, but Hamas doesn't because they just hate Israel. They know they can't win against them, but they just want to hurt that Israel as a country because they just hate them. Because Israel's pretty much the bad guys. They invaded for no reason, you know? So after that, Hamas and Israel keep sending threats to each other until the Gaza Strip gets up a terrorist group and starts invading Israel, which started that war, the war that's now. So that's basically a summary of what's happened, and you may be asking, what side are you on? And who's the good guy, bad guy, whatever thing. I'm not on a side, and let me tell you something. To you who love America and stuff, what I do because I'm American, you know, I'm from Florida, you know, Florida man shooting, like, wrestling alligators, shooting down helicopters or whatever. To you who love, like, America and want to be on their side in wars, I like that too. I like being on the good guy side, and I like being on my home country side, you know. Let me tell you something. It's sad. I'm sad to tell you, but we're basically on the bad guy side. If you think about it and listen to all that I said, we're on the bad guy side. And since I said that about Israel, if Israel like finds this out, the Israeli government, they're probably gonna send a bomb to my house, bomb me, and then Kamala Harris should have won. Well, even though it already happened, she should have won so she could do it earlier. Get the ceasefire deal done so I wouldn't be bombed. Yeah. So I'm not on a side. I'm not on a side personally. Hamas is the one that should win this. They deserve this. They deserve to win. They deserve it. Israel just invaded them, minding their own business, you know? So, if I would be on a side, I'd be on Hamas's. But since America is on Israel's, and my dad's a Jew, so I'm Jewish. Which, like I said, Israel is a Jewish country. I cannot decide, so I'm not on a thing. But that's basically it. So yeah, if the comments are on, like, they usually not, because it says like I say this video is not for kids and stuff or whatever, and it still says, like, gives me no comments. If there is somehow comments, then if there's a chance, comment down below what side are you on, Israel or Hamas. Or I'll just do like a post thing quiz about it. But yeah, that's basically it. This is for educational purposes again, so please do not like give me a strike or whatever, because this is for educational. I'm not like trying to offend anyone or anything, or like sense of the war and stuff. But I'm just trying to inform people about it because I like study it a lot. So that's basically it. Like and subscribe. we are at 58 subscribers as I am filming this, and dang, this is a 20-minute video by now. This is like the longest video I ever did. Like and subscribe. Share this with a friend, or family, to have them like and subscribe. And you don't have to, just watch my videos, please. Like, doing that would be kind of you. And like and subscribe it. But that's basically it. Bye bye.